check in, say hi to everybody. Just let you know what I've been doing. I'm actually working on some paintings right now that I've been working on over the last several days. I'm going to show you one of them. It's not complete yet, but this one right here, this is actually this is a one that's kind of from my drum that I'm working on. This is actually a Thunderbird, the Condor Eagle. This is one where this is the colors of the Inca flag. This is the reverse of my hand and the bird. Okay, so this is a two-part painting, so I'm working on this one. This is the other side of it. This is the negative of that, and that's the reverse of it. This is the other one. It's not completed yet, but this is the prophecy of the condor and the eagle. So when you have both of these together, they're kind of like this. So like these hands match, and then the reverse, the polar opposites of them. So this is what I've been working on. These two paintings that I've been working on simultaneously at the same time, and they come together like this. And inside there's a reverse of everything. So there's negative, there's the yin and the yang, there's the light, the shadows, and how we are all of it at the same time. So this one is the light within the shadow. This is the shadow and the light within the shadow. So, you know, it's kind of, as you can see, where I'm getting at here, what I'm working on. But this one's not, these aren't finished yet, so these are just kind of getting to the place where I want them to be and how I want them to look. So I have been doing other ones too. This one here, this is the fallen angel. This is the one about the fallen angel, or she or he, or whatever, however you want to interpret it. I know you probably can't see it. There's probably glare in there. And this one is about angels coming to the rescue of one of their own. And as you can see, all the people here, how they all are dependent, and they're all calling on all the angels. People pray and ask for help, and how taxing and burden it can be for them as well. And these are musical notes, or some kind of symbol which calls them all when they're calling. So this is one of my favorite ones too. So just sharing with you where I've been and what I've been doing, since some of you have been wondering. I've been kind of hiding, but not really hiding. This one is a strange one, per se. I'm not sure which way it goes, but this is actually an apple. This is from a dream I had, where I had opened an apple, and the apple just was black inside, but there was this little spark inside of it, and it kind of drifted off, floated off. And so there's a lot of hope, even in the thing, even in the hope of things happening, clearing up. And so we move on down the line. This one here, I gotta get it. There you go. This one here, this is all my relations. So this is like the cell of the body, and the nucleus, and the deep core, the things you see. This is something that just takes you. Every little dot represents something. Hi Danielle, how are you? So this is, I painted this in the span of, there's like 7 pictures I painted in the span of 24 hours. So this is one of them. So this is an interesting one. Now this one, it just kind of was spontaneous. It was just one of those things that I drew. This is actually about today's events, like not being able to go to the beach, not being able to express. And there's that big X just means stay out, stay clear. It was just one of those things just came to me. It's nothing really crazy, you know, overwhelming, but it just had one of those feels that had to be this huge X, like stop, like no more, you know. This is one of my favorite ones too. This is was supposed to be telephone towers. You know, the poles with the wires. This is supposed to be the sunset, but it ended up going into its own place. It became 5G towers. Just kind of the sign of the times. Spirit kind of lead me to paint it this way, to just kind of express it. And so that's what I've been doing, and just expressing my feelings about what's going on in the world. I don't know if you guys remember the comet that came by, or supposedly flew by us, and won't be here for another 6,800 and some years. So this is kind of that expression. Everybody sees, every time I show this picture to everybody, they see different things in it, which is understandable. But this picture here represents like asteroids and things come to the Earth, and actually they can kind of be anything. But this is a close up, like the tail end of one. This was coming through here, but these are all the little things, you know, events that happen cosmically in the world, in the universe. It is what it is. It's not like we can avoid that, you know. When we get hit, we get hit. But, and this one's just kind of like, in that moment, that spirit was calling me to paint this one, because the asteroid that was passing the Earth and won't be back again for another 6,800 years. So that's kind of where I got that idea. And then we go into a different journey. This one here, this is actually from, I'm actually doing a series for my ayahuasca journey that I did in 2015. This is the goldfish, or a representation of the goldfish that started my journey. And if you look down here in these dark corners, those were different choices the goldfish gave me in these little white spots. The goldfish gave me all these decisions, these journeys to pick in which direction I wanted to go. And hey Lawrence, how are you? And so basically what I ended up doing was I followed the goldfish and went sweet. He turned around and went straight. I didn't go down the dark, I didn't go into the light. I just went into the blue, the cascade blue waters that the fish called me to. So that's one of my favorite ones too. It's just representation of what's going on in my head and my heart right now. So this is kind of a cool picture. I like that one. And so we carry on. This is the blue sun. So the blue sun is basically just all the dots and all the things that Spirit gives us, and Spirit calls us to express. And each little dot there, if you look closely, I did each little dot one by one. So it took some time. And there's some mica in there too to glitter. This has like a mica glitter, what they use in makeup. So this is a cool one too. And then this one here is kind of my Picasso. I call it Picasso. Not Picasso, but Picasso. It's kind of my little swirls and stuff, and kind of like the landscape. It was just something that came to my head, and I was feeling it, and I was just like, oh, I want to draw that. So this is one of my two. And then here we go. And this one here, this is life on the moon. This is what my representation of what life would look like on the moon. Since remember, all existence are different. All existence are not human shape or form. They have different styles and different representations. So for me, this is just all the little creatures and the plants growing, and the lion head and the giraffe at the bottom, and you can see the little animals, little depictions of things and how the stars are flying through in the sky. So that's one of those. Let me grab this one here. I totally forgot about this one. And this one here, this is actually, this is the gold and the darkness that came to South America when the conquistadores came. This is actually the condor eagle man, the snake, the llama, the puma, and the hummingbird. And so what I drew here was a story of the medicine wheel, the representations of the medicine wheel of the indigenous people of my lands of Peru and South America. So all these are representations. The sun coming down. The sun was gold, was important to us because it was the blood of the sun. Those were the gifts from the sun. It wasn't like something that no one wasn't gifted. It was part of our culture, part of our beliefs. Hummingbird, puma, condor, snake, and llama. And this one probably is going to be finished too, but just wanted to share this with you guys. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been kind of painting and expressing. And then, like I said, I'm working on this one right now. This one is the one I'm working on. This one here. This is the Thunderbird. This is the collaboration of the eagle and the condor coming together, creating the Thunderbird. And the Thunderbird allows us to express our shadow sides and our light sides. And so this is the opposite of that hand. So this painting goes side by side. So they work together. So they're two hands that meet. And so this is how it looks. And so this is, the bottom is the representation of the Inca flag, the colors of the rainbow, when the sun shines down. And this is what that is. So when the sun shines, this is what it creates. It creates all these faceted colors that come out. And then the night, the darkness comes out. So we're never truly in the dark. There's always some kind of light. And in the light, we're always kind of looking for the shadows to keep us a little bit cool from the sun's powerful rays. So these are two things that I'm working on right now. These are two aspects of myself. And so these are going to take a few days to complete, but right now I'm just trying to get it done. I'm trying to get it to the place I need to be. I have to touch on this one. Worked on this one a little bit today. So that's kind of where I've been, guys. I've just been kind of doing my thing and just kind of processing. In order for me to be good and help others to process, I have to work on myself and process too. So that's part of being a person, and a medicine person in this world. We have to work on ourselves as much as we expect other people to work on themselves too. And so this is a time for a great inspiration. Like someone just took the words right out of my mouth. Christy did. This is a time for us to rediscover who we are and those parts that we've buried, and feel our emotions, feel our feelings, because it's easy to get lost in ourselves and get lost in our own stories of who we think or how we think, and how people project upon us how they feel about who we are. I know this is a time where people are projecting a lot of judgment and a lot of stuff onto others because just for different reasons, because the sign of the times now is, pretty evident that we have to live differently than we have in a long time, and we have to adjust. And the key word for me here is adjustment. Learn to adjust, learn to be flexible, because nature adjusts. The animal kingdom adjusts with pollution, extinction. Nature, Mother Nature, and the things in nature that is created from her adjusts. It learns to live, and it moves on. The biggest part is, can humans adjust? Can we adapt? Can we move into that space and that place when we have to? For some of us it's easy, and for some of us it's very difficult. For some of us we will have a hard time, and some of us will do just fine, because that's how it is. The animal kingdom adjusts. We need to learn to adjust just like they do. Trust me, they adjust, because when the world is polluted and the waters are polluted, they have to live or die. They have no choice. They don't have the luxury of picking up trash and putting it in a garbage can or isolating it to certain parts. No, it's everywhere. It's spewed everywhere, and they're part of it, and they're indoctrinated into it because of our filthiness as human beings. We dirty and pollute the world, and a lot of us try to do our best. And you know what? And that's all we can do, is do our best, because right now humanity is at a very difficult place, trying to figure out what they're going to do now, how they're going to move forward. And humanity doesn't really know, because humanity has been struck by things that are out of their nature, out of their character. Yeah, things have happened in the past. Things history repeats itself, but it wasn't our history that we had to live. Now we're living in this moment, so this is very real to us. This is very close to our hearts, close to our spirits and our souls, what happens to us and how we're affected by it. So hopefully you're able to, understand that the world is always on loan to the people who have the leadership and power right now. So it's on loan to us, from our children and from our grandchildren. They are the future. And so how we leave the world today is very important, in how we prepare them in order for them to govern themselves and take care of themselves. And that's something that we really, really, really have to quickly adjust and change very rapidly, because we are the elders, we are the teachers. If we don't teach properly and we don't elevate our responsibility and just pass the buck, then we're just teaching our kids to pass the buck to the next generation that comes after them. I know I met a lot of young people who don't want to have kids right now because, they have the reasons, but the majority of the reasons they don't want to bring kids into this world because it's so perceivedly damaged and so, like there's no hope. But there's always hope. Where there's always a beam of light of humanity in their heart, there's always hope. There's always hope. We always have to believe that we're going to do better tomorrow or the next minute, the next hour. We can't live in this place where that we have to be fearful all the time. Fear is real. Fear is real for a lot of us and for me and for everyone, because we all have our fears and our levels. But we have to teach the children, to take care of this world in a much better way than we have. Because this is all we really truly have. We don't really, when you break it down, we really don't have anything. We don't have an earth to go to. We don't have but shelter that we have in our homes. And if we're going to damage the earth to the capacity where we can't live and survive, that's on us. Because the earth will adjust, the earth will change, the earth will manifest and recreate herself. That's what she does. We don't have that much power or control over what happens. The only thing we can do is limit the things that we do to increase or harm or pollute or, strip or take away. So it's going to take a massive effort on all our parts to do the best we can to help Mother Earth keep us safe and keep us alive. Because if global warming comes, it comes regardless. And Mother Earth will adapt, animals will adapt, creatures will adapt. The question is, can we adapt when that comes? Because we're on the path for that right now. We're on the path of total destruction of the way of life that we've created for ourselves. We have this not even lack mentality. It's like we won't run out mentality. We have this mentality that it'll always be here and it'll always be the same way. Well, I hate to say it, it's not going to be that way if we keep doing the things we're doing. And it starts in our homes. It starts with us. It starts with my friends. It starts with us teaching our kids, teaching our next generation, and embracing them and trying to listen to what they're saying. Because I'm coming to the place where my age is, I'm 53 now, and I'm coming to the age where in 20 years, I'll be old and I'll be ready to transition and move on to the next existence of my life. But my grandkids will be here, my kids will be here, your kids will be here, your nieces and nephews, the kids that you see down the street, they're the future. And so the question is, how do we protect this future? How do we protect it? How do we teach them? I'm not sure. I don't have all the answers to that, but I know that you do, and we all do. When we come together, we can create something beautiful. So I'm glad that you were able to see my paintings that I shared with you. Those of you who are listening to this broadcast probably will have to see the video on YouTube or watch this from the beginning. Just do the best you can. That's all you can really do. I encourage you, just one day at a time. Just wake up, get up, and do your thing. Ask for connection, ask for guidance. Even if you're atheist, ask for connection. If you don't believe in God, you don't believe in creation, you feel you die. But ask for connection, because you do have connection, okay? You do have connection with what's around you and the people around you, even if you believe that there's no afterlife. And so in order to live a life, you feel like you don't believe in anything, but you do believe in something, because if you believe in yourself, then you believe in something. Okay, so there's not. So, but together we can do this. Together we can work. Together we can create. It's a painful time. We've lost a lot of people. We've lost a lot of families and friends. But we haven't lost hope, because when we look in the eyes of the little ones, we see that they want to learn, that we see that they want to do better. It's up to us as elders, as the older states people, man and woman. It's up to us to lay the groundwork without punishing, without judgment, without, embarrassment. We just do it. We lead by example. And our examples right now Some are strong and some are very weak. So what do we do? How do we move forward? These are things that you'll have to figure out for yourself. Okay, but either way, I'm glad that you stopped in. I'm glad that you listened to my podcast today for a little bit and took a little moment to embrace that and feel that. Other than that, that's really all I have to say. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful, beautiful day. Try painting, try drawing, writing. I just happened to, just in that spur, in that moment of painting. And it's been good for me. It's been good for my soul. It's released a lot of feelings and emotions. Oh, one more thing. And this is my heart. This is one more piece. This is actually a fungi that grows on the tree. You probably see it. It grows like this on the tree. It broke off, and so I painted it. I made it the colors of the Inca flag and the Peruvian flag are up here. And this is going to be my medicine bundle. And that's it, guys. You know, you have a great, wonderful week. I'll pop in from time to time and share my thoughts, share my feelings. I hope that you're all doing well, and I will see you. Be good, be well. Ho'oponopono, matakuyasin, irisikwi. May the highest purpose be served. And it's good to be here. Always remember that. It's always good to be here, okay? To be with ourselves, be with our friends and our families and the people we love and care about. So take care, be well. I will talk to everybody soon.